Chapter 2. I will face him alone. No, this can't be happening. This only happens in romance novels or web stories. This was my life. When did it become one of those tales my mom loved to write, which I enjoyed over evening tea? My hands trembled and Stella's phone clattered to the ground as tears blurred my vision. All I could think was, why? Where had we gone wrong? The love I had seen in Andy's eyes couldn't have been fake, right? How could he betray me like this? There had to be an explanation for his actions. No one just wakes up and decides to marry someone else. It didn't make sense. It just didn't. Stella's urgent voice explaining the video and my mother's soft cries in the background kept me standing. Baba's strong arms enveloped me, pulling me into his comforting embrace. Those arms always calmed me. But today my heart felt like it had been ripped apart by such a horrendous betrayal. The love of my life had left for another woman, without warning, without a hint. My hiccups grew louder as I broke down in my father's arms, sobbing uncontrollably. Silence enveloped us, only my cries echoed in our home. He held me close, letting me vent, his hand gently rubbing my head. I knew my father was hurting too, but he was my pillar of strength, while I felt like a flailing vine of misery clinging to his support. My mother was on the phone with Andy's mother, trying to uncover the truth. Finally, she turned, ending the call. Horror etched across her face. Mrs. Lawson was just as unaware of the situation as we are, or so she claims. Her disturbed eyes flickered to me as she wiped a lingering tear from my cheek. That's a load of nonsense. I'm sure they're involved in this bizarre mess, Stella exclaimed, frantically typing on her phone, trying to reach her contacts. In that moment, I was lost. My whole world was crumbling. Don't cry. We'll figure this out. Stella's determined words were a soothing balm for my wounded heart. I nodded at my mother, slowly declaring, I need to confront him. I have to know if this is some cruel joke, or if he's truly married someone else. I wiped the last of my tears with the back of my hand. My mother stood resilient, a strength I hoped to inherit. We'll come with you, Baba asserted, and I turned my saddened eyes to him. His face was set in stone, calm yet stormy. I shook my head, knowing my father would likely confront Andy violently. Rationality always slipped away when it came to family. No one messes with family. I want to speak to him alone. Please let me do this, I pleaded. Mom placed a reassuring hand on Baba's shoulder, squeezing it gently. I know this is hard, but we have to let them talk. I trust my daughter. Baba remained unconvinced, so I took his hands in mine, pressing them against my face. His troubled eyes wouldn't leave my anguished expression. Baba, this is my battle. I chose him, and whatever lies ahead, I have to face it alone. You made me stronger, so I'm asking you to let me do this. A tear slipped from his eye, piercing my heart. He made my Baba cry. I was determined to show this man he messed with the wrong girl. I wiped his tear away as he finally spoke, his voice broken. Take Kale with you. I won't let you go alone. Urgently, Baba called Uncle Kale, our bodyguard and his most trusted ally. Let me come, Arata. Stella lifted her head, her earlier efforts seemingly unsuccessful. No, this is between me and him. Let me handle it. My mother stood firm, though fragile. She was one of the strongest women I knew. I believe in you, Ara. No matter what happens, we are always here for you. She hugged me tightly, transferring her resilience and strength. I refused to cry. They had made me stronger, and I couldn't weaken them. Kale is here. Call me if you need anything. I'll speak to Mr. Lawson, Baba said, leading me to the door. We stepped outside, where Uncle Kale awaited with the back door of my father's black Mercedes open. He wore a grim expression, and a silent understanding passed between him and Baba. My father helped me into the car, while Mom and Stella watched with somber faces. He bent down, placing a tender kiss on my head before silently closing the door, respecting my wishes. But he whispered urgent instructions into Uncle Kale's ear. The big, bald man nodded grimly before taking the driver's seat and driving away from our home. Unease washed over me as the car moved towards City Hall, where Stella's contact had seen Andy and filmed that video. She was a reporter, influential and determined. Horrible thoughts swirled in my mind, and the world outside became a blur. Uncle Kale glanced at me in the rearview mirror but remained silent. Soon we parked outside City Hall, and he opened the door for me. I stepped out, casting one last gloomy glance at the white spherical building. My heart thudded so loudly that it drowned out all other sounds. Only the roar of my blood filled my ears. Tears stung the back of my eyes, but I refused to let them fall. Clenching my fists, I ignored the stabbing pain in my chest and steeled myself for whatever lay ahead. "Everything will be fine, kiddo. I'm right here." Uncle Cale's voice seemed distant. I nodded and pushed myself forward, my heels thudding against the granite pathway. Before I even entered the building, Andy emerged with a woman on his arm. His sleek brown hair was brushed back, revealing his sharp features. His tall stature exuded an air of aristocracy, commanding respect. A gentle smile graced his lips, but it was meant for the beautiful woman beside him. Their laughter felt like a sharp sting, halting me in my tracks. A poisonous dagger plunged deep into my heart as I saw the woman's white wedding dress and wedding band. The ruby engagement ring I held felt unbearably heavy. Heavy with questions, heavy with regrets, heavy with frustration. I gasped, clutching my dress as my heart ached brutally. It hurt so much that I wished I could tear it out and throw it away. Andy's gaze turned to me and that smile vanished, replaced by a scowl. His eyes, once filled with love, now held contempt. Contempt for the woman he had promised to marry and betrayed. My legs wobbled, my body quivered, but I needed to face him, to ask him, why? I straightened my posture, holding back the tears threatening to spill. Boldly stepping forward, I asked in a steady voice, "Who is she, and why is she in a wedding dress? What did that text you sent me mean?"